There were some
Lyrical, how about yourself?
there were some problems that happened with the Brood. It looks like we do have the draft that's already up and going. But by and large, I think I would agree that like the press kid has been the standout player. He's been the one that you kind of want to make all those moves around the map, and of course, Smiley Knight's going to carry in the end. But that doesn't happen if he doesn't have a good game. I thought that there was a chance that Empire could do it. I think that the biggest thing for me is that the fact that Empire was able to come back after that game two where they were ahead, things looked really good
Yeah.
for them in the Brood, and then they were able to pull it back and actually like recenter themselves and get ready for game number 3. That gives me some confidence going into this against Team Spirit. I actually think they have a better chance of beating Team Spirit than Hellraisers would have, because it felt like Team Spirit figured out Hellraisers. I don't know if they're prepping for Empire as much. It felt like they were really prepped and like completely figured out Hellraisers game plan. So we'll see.
Team Spirit are obviously the favourites, and a lot have been said about them, but this is a great team. Toronto Tokyo is a very exciting player. Your Toro is a fantastic carry, and I think their support duo and off lanes are very good as well. And they're going to start this game off by picking an Ancient Apparition, whereas Team Empires go for that Hoodwink and that Lina. Any thoughts on these opening picks, Trent?
Those are like the two most contested heroes, I would guess, right? But kind of in this whole region, honestly, but including between these two teams. We talked about like Maposhka showing a lot of potential on the Hoodwink already. And Seiyu had that one game in particular where he basically just like took over the whole map, utilizing the movement of the Hoodwink. So I would guess that Empire came in hoping to snag exactly these two heroes.
Right. I think also looking at the matches from the other day, so Empire in their games against PuckChamp lost to this opener. It was the Lina, the Hoodwink, and then eventually PuckChamp moved into the Pango Lifestealer, and we saw how strong that was from them. I'm curious if Team Spirit were sort of prepped for this at all, because it's like some really solid, like intense team fight, right? And now Team Spirit are going to go back for this axe, so solid initiation. It's just like blow up that one target. Wouldn't be surprised to see either an Invoker snagged by Empire to try and like cut it away from him, or just ban it out. Yeah, so the ban out is the other option to go for. So I think that this is the right way to play it. You just don't want to deal with that Cataclysm at this point.
We certainly don't want to, and also it's a Toronto-Tokyo classic.
Right.
But it's also a Depressed Kid classic. I think Invoker, if it's not banned out in most games, is going to be very highly contested across both of these teams, across the entire series.
I had to check, just seeing that axe be picked up. He is the 4th most picked hero in these qualifiers. He has 28 games. He's currently at a 28% win rate, and that does not surprise me. I am definitely a hater. I haven't really enjoyed it in the offlane. I really haven't enjoyed it in the position 1. I think it's a flashy hero. It can have the highs, but it is not something I would consider very stable. So it's not my favorite opener here from Team Spirit.
I like it if they can get the Invoker, but I think that it was just so clear that's what they were going to be going for afterwards. Empire immediately ban it. And now the question is, like, what's that additional follow-up? Like, is Axe Ancient Apparition enough to blow somebody up? Are you going to need to, like, sort of give the Axe that farm so you can get that Blink Dagger fast enough? And then if you're going to do that, what's the carry you're taking who's okay with that farm being taken away from them, right? Like, it sort of, you have to play around this Axe at this point, and you kind of need somebody that can be independent from him as well while that's happening. So we'll see.
With bans coming out, Team Empire banning out that Puck, another Toronto-Tokyo classic. They are very much targeting his heroes at the moment. With Team Spirit banning out that tree that we saw earlier today, played by Vanscore. It's very classic Vanscore hero, and a Mars as well for Petrucia.
Yeah, I like that targeting. I think the tree's really good. It's like a turnaround hero with the ulti. It's relevant late into the game as well. And of course, we often talk in this meta and even just the past couple of months how important those initial towers are. So one solid defense can lead into the big heals as Vanscore like always maxes it. I think that's a solid way to go about it. As now Empire could round out their support duo if they don't want to reveal too much and grab another Vanscore hero like the Abba or something. Versus the Axe, it can do well depending on the lane. You could also go for something a little safer like the Undying. But they'll go for a different save in the Oracle.
Ooh.
Okay, so
not seen a lot of Oracle.
No,
and we've not seen a lot of Oracle success, but it does make sense against the Axe.
Yeah, I don't know if I necessarily love the pick. I really want to see what they run with it next, right? Like, Because normally you would think that this would turn into something like a Death Prophet or maybe a Lesh or something. But now you're in side lane Lesh because likely Lina is going to be moved to the core role at this point since you have Oracle Hoodwink as your other heroes. So I kind of want to see like Huskar or something, to be honest, out of Empire. That's sort of where I feel like this needs to go to. They needs that like big hero that Oracle can keep alive. And make the difference. But Mirana comes out now. So that's the follow-up that they have with Axe as well. Moonlight Shadows being really solid for setting up the initiation. Team Spirit.
That's one of Mira's top pick heroes. He's picked it 20 times in 7.29 with a 75% win rate. So a lot of confidence on that Mirana for him.
Yeah, that definitely helps, I think, with the Axe pick. Just like a very long duration just to be able to follow up, and a very quick hero who can keep pace with the Axe and should be able to land those arrows barring any sort of nice blocks coming out from Empire. And the Oracle too, like now with the Mirana, there's not really a lot of heroes that can potentially save you from a Call, Ice Blast, Mirana, but Oracle is one of them if you get the right timing with the shorter duration that we have on the Ice Blast these days for the debuff. There are some pretty good opportunities for Oracle to make the save, and now comboed up with the Timber Saw, this is going to be a very hard hero to deal with. As yes, you have the AA, but if you're not hitting this guy with the Ice Blast, he's going to get so many heals off and just a lot of regen happening in this one. I think Team Spirit are a little light on the damage right now, even though they have a Mirana AA Axe. That's kind of a scary thought.
I'm kind of wondering now if it would have been a better, like it's a weird support combo with AA Shadow Demon, but after seeing the Oracle, that's been the result that we've seen from like other teams to go for it as an answer. And it feels like Mirana, I mean, it's just like you pick this like arrow stun into save for it. I don't know. It seems a little bit strange to me. This Terrorblade is pretty nice though. But again, against the Timber Saw, I mean, it's just a bold move. Like this is Team Spirit saying we're gonna do our draft the way that we want to deal with it, and then like we're not really gonna trip that much about what you're doing, right? Like, how often do you see like Mirana picked into Oracle and then like Terrorblade picked into Timber Saw?
I think part of it is the ability for the Axe and the Mirana to just like bully the Oracle in the laning stage. You know, like there are definitely some good saving aspects, but Oracle. I mean, if you throw out a Fortune's End to like dispel a Battle Hunger or something, the Mirana's just gonna run at you. And then you're going to be very sad because it's also your offensive option to try and like get kills at level 3, utilizing your Purifying Flames. So I'm expecting a very active Mira here as we typically see him play this hero. And wow, fast draft.
It's Toronto Tokyo on his Tiny, another classic combo there.
They have so much damage now with like Terrorblade Tiny, Magic Amp from the AA. Yeah, they can definitely kill anyone. That is for sure. Good luck, fan score.
I feel like, there we go. He's on a Naga Siren. That's an interesting one.
Empire used no reserve time. They still had 2 minutes, 10 seconds at the end of that draft. So
very certain about this.
They got the draft that they wanted. I don't know. I actually like the Naga Siren last. And I think I'm going to take them for this one. I think Empire take game 1.
Just the confidence of the insta pick. Like, yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
We're fine. Yeah, I mean... It is a nice feeling to have. I don't know if it's false confidence here. I'm not sure I agree with leaving all of that reserve time. It feels like you should consider things. But, the mental game of Dota is a very difficult thing to navigate. And so they're trying to take an advantage very early in that by just snapping this up. And obviously there's lots of good benefits. Like they sort of rely on this like one combination of the Axe Call into the arrow, the Ice Blast, Tiny's big blow up. So if you get that song off at the perfect moment, they could run out of a little bit of their damage here, as well as trying to like disengage from any good-looking meta fights.
Well, I think I like the Team Spirit lineup. I think if this Tiny gets big, I think it's going to be very difficult for the Lina to play an effective game. It depends on how big the Tiny gets. If the Tiny's big at 10 minutes, then I'm very confident about Team Spirit victory. But we'll see how that ends up going, as Team Empire are going to rely on this Naga Siren to carry them to a Game 1 victory against a formidable Team Spirit draft. I'm going to hand over to Lyrical Trent to take us through the first game in this best of 5 series.
All right, we're here. Trent, it's happening. Game number 1. All of the series that we've cast over the past couple of days have gone the full series. Do you think that's going to happen here? I don't know. I'm wondering.
4 games, not
4
5.
games.
4 games.
Who's winning?
Surely. Yeah.
Who's winning?
Who's winning?
Who's winning?
Team Spirit.
Okay, bias caster.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Bias
Definitely
for the
biased.
better team. That's me.
I'm very curious to see if they can pull it out. Everybody's expecting a Team Spirit victory. Everybody thinks that that's going to happen. But then again, this morning, everybody thought Hellraisers were going to win. Empire able to exceed expectations. So we'll have to see as we get ready to hop into this game number 1. If that's going to happen, Seiyu starts the game spamming out the have fun, have fun, have fun. Feeling good about himself.
That's what it's all about, right? They're just playing to have some fun. Heard some things they treating it like a pub. That's what they're going for here. Keeping the team chill. What is this? My goodness. That is a grotesque tail. I do not enjoy that.
Jeez, man. It's kind of
It's
intense,
like,
isn't it?
It's like some slugs or something.
Is this the new set? Oh, no. Yeah, it does kind of look a little bit Cthulian, doesn't it?
Hmm.
Oh.
It's a word I drop every day.
Arrow.
Oh!
Seiyu got him caught right at the start. Why not? Easy ward there. And first blood going to go the way of Mira. Wait, Shara misses his chain, actually. Now Toronto Tokyo getting ran down a little bit. Can they find this kill? LSA comes out, able to find themselves the finish. So a 1-for-1 exchange, but first blood going to Team Spirit.
That was nice. I like how they thought about it for a second. They're like, no, he's definitely still there. You're right there? Yeah, right there. Just, everything will be easy peasy there. And looks like this will be a quick D ward here for Mira as well. Wanted to confirm with the that was there by using the vision from the tower, but Vanscore made it so he can't be sure of it, but he drops it anyway.
All right. And Vanscore is just going to have to trade a couple of hits right there as well. They might know that there's a ward here also. Yeah, Sei's coming over. So they're both going to get the D wards. Everybody knows what's happening here. Oh, and now they have to do the double D ward.
Yeah, now they have to fight, and yeah. All right, cool. Nobody sees anything. Awesome.
That's the way we want it. Oh, wait, they replaced the ward. Oh, that's good. I like that a lot. That's a nice play.
That's pretty big brain.
Damn. Well,
and, well, it is a Mirana, right? So you want that vision because Mira's going to be looking for some rotations, and that's the kind of spot where they like to lurk in behind the trees and go for the arrow plays.
well, we'll keep our eyes on that one and see if they're able to make any of those types of moves early on. As down bottom, it's going to be the Axe Mirana versus the Vanscore Smiling Knight. Does have that ability to take off everything with the Fortune's End when he gets hit by the Battle Hunger if things get a little bit too testy. But Oracle, kind of a weird laner, right? Like, can get some damage, but also not occasionally.
You see Smiling Knight there using the illusions to block the camp? That is so helpful from a carry player. Can you imagine if that ever happened one of your games? Carry player blocking camps you with their illusions? That's quality stuff right there.
I have seen a couple of pro players that will like give control over to the supports in the early game, which is kind of nifty as well. I don't remember who that was that did that.
It just makes sense, honestly, because like they should be focused on the last hitting, and sometimes it's the support. You're just trying to body block a camp, so the shared unit control can be very helpful.
Up top, get the first Metamorphosis out, but we're going to see Petashara have a lot of aggressive potential in this lane as the levels start to rack up. Yatoro already took some pretty heavy harassment while Maposhko is off to the side doing that D-ward action, so we'll keep our eyes on it. Seiyu. Bullied back a little bit by Maposhka here. Absolutely very annoying hero. But yeah, at least to the early goings, it looks like the Team Spirit lane's a little bit stronger at the moment, actually. Just for the first couple waves there.
Oh yeah, top though. They want to try and get a punish on the Yatoro as the meta runs out. Oh, it's a lot of damage. You know, you don't even need the kill. Who's got the salve though? Maposhka. Guys, I hope you guys have been taking notes during these qualifiers. Bring salves as your position 5. And they're not for you. Don't get confused.
Exactly.
It's like a little note from the shopkeeper.
Not for use by supports. Get the hell out of here.
Only.
The early going, also in the mid lane. Again, like these are two of, I think, the biggest players to watch for out of this region, at least in the early going. I will say that I felt like Depressed Kid has been more of like the early, as we see another kill up top, actually, able to take down Maposhka. It's tended to be, I feel like, Depressed Kid owning the early game, being really, really good. And Toronto Tokyo, I feel like he tends to shine later on in the game. You know, he tends to like be one making a bunch of calls for his team and stuff.
Yeah, and Tiny's a great hero for that too. He's one of the best like leading the charge style heroes because obviously your first jump can just decide a team fight. If you have the right vision and you just blow up a hero, life's good. And yes, he got the kill, but he got the refill. So Boschka coming through with some help for Toronto Tokyo, and Tower's giving 3 armors. It's just so nice in this matchup versus Lena. Because how many times have we watched Depressed Kid just like pelt away on these enemies and constantly getting that free regen and armor has really helped them out.
I mean, particularly for Tiny, right? Like just this 0 armor dude through the early goings, definitely necessary. Are we gonna see any stacks up here?
Oh,
Sayu's nearby.
He's being chased by Mira.
Okay.
This guy's like, what do I do here?
I mean, they're just going in for the kill. He's just gonna run him down. Man score falls and then gives him the tip.
You're so good. You killed an oracle, dude. That's a mental victory tip. He's just getting himself fired up.
Yeah. Don't take that away from him. He wants it, okay?
Master's gonna come back and kill him now that he has no leaps though, you know? That's what happens to the 4-player.
I like that. There is something to be said for like building that momentum throughout the course of it. Yeah, he's just gonna refill the bottle back towards me. He's like, I wanted to die anyways.
Yeah.
Are you kidding?
It's totally fine by me. Now my Augustiner gets more XP.
No? Easy. Speaking of which, Smiling Knight having a very fine time down bottom, and up top we can see that the level's starting to stack up a little bit onto this Timber Saw and keeping that pressure on. Got to be careful about the Bushwhack. Level 2 at this point. Can they drop a tree or something? Nah, looks like they're just going to back out. It's getting a little bit testy up here for Yatoro.
Trying to gauge when it's the best time to make his rotation into the jungle. It is a there we go. Might have been earlier.
Yeah, it's a little bit scary still, but it looks like they're going to be enough to keep him alive. Sayu actually might go down instead. Maybe trying to... That was a sick play, and just a little bit of an overextension by Sayu.
And Maposter just standing tall there with the 1-1-1 build. Having a couple different tools to help out as down bottom collapse has 3 heroes on him. As well as an entire wave, but they hit the arrow Depressed Kid. He's going back in trying to use the spins.
The call! Looking for the finish. Depressed Kid, Laguna Blades, Mira turns over to the side. Can they get that kill? Collapse, not able to chase down Depressed Kid, so they keep that separation. And LSA caught just barely on the edge. It's just a retreat out of there. I mean, that is not the rotation that you want as Lena. What a sick move. And Toronto Tokyo now is down here too. Trying to find the kill onto one of these guys.
Yeah, trying to find Mira in the trees too, but or not Mira rather, but the Depressed Kid, he's gone all the way back. Answer will be found out.
And no Fate's Edict yet, but this early pressure, all enabled by the axe, is very frustrating to play against. Smiling Knight's still been able to find a life for himself down here, but a lot of early aggression coming in.
Arrow onto the catapult as well. I mean, he's got to be getting a little concerned, right? Like, what's he got? 800 HP, level 6 Tiny. They want to make a play here. There's some serious concerns.
You're not wrong. No raindrops or anything like that either yet for Smiling Knight. But at the same time, them not getting that kill, you know, Toronto Tokyo, that was a long rotation for him. I guess at the same time, Depressed Kid was out of the lane. Sayu took over it for a little bit. And also, of course, up top, Hidashara has been able to secure some aggression onto this tier 1 tower. Gets the level 6, doing a little bit of deforestation and taking that tier 1.
Yeah, level 6 is the definitive, like, get out of here situation. Hidashara just cutting all the trees to ensure there's 0 chance at a defense from the side of Team Spirit. So that'll keep that tower in their favor. As now Sayu even bullying Yataro out of the jungle a little bit here. So he's off to his triangle by 7 minutes.
It feels like they came in with this really good understanding of how to deal with this. And I think this is all unstable as Smiling Knight is getting chased.
Where is he going?
I mean,
try and use the song, but...
He has song skilled. If he can keep this tower alive somehow, like, he's going to just sing and try and get out of there. Oh, he has to be careful, though. Mira, arrow is available. And he's actually going to stay.
Top.
Dude, this is wild that the Naga's been able to keep this tower alive this long against this axe and like Tiny rotating down here.
Yeah, but Mira up top gets a wave with 4 range creeps, pulls it behind the tower, and is going to get all this to himself. This is nice for a support Moran at 8 minutes.
Yeah.
I mean, that was worthy of TPing out rather than going for a riskier kill, right?
Yeah, that's true. Somebody needs to get that. But now the movement in, and this smoke gank, if they're able to find this Terrorblade, this is great for them. Yatoro just popped Metamorphosis, looking for the catch, and just Laguna Blade dead. Okay. Toronto Tokyo now wants to run down the Oracle here. Vanscore. There's going to be the LSA to try and get a little bit of an interrupt. Depressed Kid running in aggressively at Maposhka. This guy wants to go to TI and taking kills across the map. Very well played.
Tokyo, I wasn't sure what he's thinking here. He's going to bring out... Ooh, we got a Faded Brooch. Ooh, that's nice for a Tiny. A little bit of movement speed for these early gags, but considering the Midas, perhaps, alongside this Blink Dagger, we shall see.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, we had our Midas Tiny yesterday. Can't remember if that was him or not, though.
Yeah, well, regardless, it's something to think about. I mean, I guess it depends on kind of how they view this game going. The Tier 1 tower's already been taken, leaves open a lot of room for Smiling Knight. Do you think that Terrorblade's going to be able to, like, catch up enough based upon how his early game's gone? Or sort of stay relevant? Okay.
Yeah, he'll be fine, I think. A part of that does depend on the bottom tower, though, of course. So sooner rather than later, you'd love to see Team Spirit try and knock that down, as Smiling Knight's already taking advantage of the situation by going to push this top area.
Right. Playing just very steady Dota, and Terrorblade will show on the top lane. We'll see if Empire make a move to try and gank him at this point, or if they just want to sort of focus more on getting their own timings online. Gunablade is back up again as Poshara forcing back Collapse again out of that bottom lane a little bit here.
Oops, say you. Just be careful there. Good thing that Blink's not ready quite yet for Toronto Tokyo. It is coming soon, though, so that'll be the smoke play nearly ready here for Toronto Tokyo. We also have Collapse getting close to the Blink Dagger, too. So, yes, this area is not necessarily safe for Yatorio yet to just, like, abuse through the triangle and everything, but Collapse should have a pretty good time as long as the Hoodwink's not there for the Bushwhacks.
Okay.
And level 6, it's also hard to get kills, I think, for the Hoodwink. Like that roaming potential because of the range of the Acorn Shot and the speed and all that stuff combined with the Bushwhack, it doesn't feel very good at the earlier points, does it?
No, it's true. It's a little bit annoying there, that one. But the movement out now, as they do smoke up with Toronto Tokyo, Maposhka, that's Blink Dagger, and the Tome level 6 for Ancient Apparition. Almost anybody that gets caught is going to be dead, but Vanscore does have his ulti. And again, like you were talking about in the draft, 8-second duration on False Promise. You've got the 10-second duration on the Ice Blast. And, well, it might not matter if you just find him right here. It's going to be a quick and easy kill on Seiyu.
I'm just going to spread out after that one. I don't know about this chase, the Press Kid. He's dead. Oh, he's not dead.
Oh, my God. Saved. Last second. Blows up the other to a neutral creep. Vanscore will get caught here. Use the Fate's Edict already. The chase down. And there's going to be the kill. Not bad at all. Meanwhile, Bashara walks through. Trying to do some damage there, but won't be able to connect as the Moonlight Shadow keeps them all survivable. But Toronto Tokyo keeping an eye on the Press Kid. This is good as they find that Lina going towards mid. Gets hit by the arrow afterwards, but short. He takes down Terrorblade. So the trades come through.
Yeah, he had to stop to throw the Dragon Slave, which got him hit by the arrow.
They have Bushwhack.
Oh, they used the GG tree. They needed the branch from the Ironwood.
Well done.
Yeah, because his Acorn Shot was on cooldown.
Well, 12 minutes in, a very back and forth battle we've been seeing here. 13 kills already. Did have that kill onto Terrorblade, which again, Shar making the moves to shut down that TB. And again, it's all Naga sort of like getting this free farm time, which is definitely what you want if you're Empire.
Yeah, that is a little bit of a concern, isn't it?
Oh.
I feel like this Naga Siren is going to be very hard to deal with for their heroes. The range of a song is what now? 11 or 10, 12, 1400?
Right.
It's a bit of a dicey one with their heroes. I feel like sometimes you get, like your Earthshakers or something, and you can at least have a little bit of punish. They don't really have a good punish outside of, like, an arrow, but obviously the timing on an arrow flying through, if it's, like, some sort of a song disengaged TP is pretty rare.
It's true, definitely. I mean, I guess one of the things too that I kind of wonder about with this game is, do they have the tools to deal with Naga late game? Because I feel like Empire have like a bunch of AoE damage and like some amount of control. That's a great little picture of X.
He's fighting a butterfly.
Dude, look at those
Get
heads.
back.
Do you see the heads on his belt? What the heck is that? Is that Kunkka on the right?
I think
like
that's Hellraisers. You know,
okay.
they took them down, and then Empire did. So just a little collection.
Gotcha.
Yeah, that looks like Rezo in the far left.
It's a little bit dark. Not gonna lie, just a little bit. Anyways, we'll see. Smiley Knight backs out, trying to find him here. This would be a great pick if they could get it. He's underneath the ward. But it feels like Smiley Knight knows what's up. Avalanche toss just on the edge. That ice blast. Oh, man. That would have been huge. But Smiley Knight will get away.
Even force the song. I kind of wish that he kept chasing just to hope that she would need the song instead. Right. But of course, then it creates a risk of there being potential TPs coming through. And in our case, we know that no one was TPing, but doesn't want to throw his life away because that can be a bit of a problem for the tiny players as they're trying to snowball at the start of this game. And to increase his snowball potential, he's getting a Midas.
Amazing. I like it.
We're back. The Golden Glove.
It has been making a little bit of a comeback recently. I feel like it's the type of thing where, you know, the cost just keeps going up and people are like, it's not worth it. And now, oh, Mira, hold on a second. Gonna get rooted here. Chase.
One more leave.
Oh, not quite enough. He'll get out of there. But yeah, it's definitely making a comeback, which is cool to see. As over in the jungle, Yutaro actually having to run away from Ancients right now on this Terrorblade. Like, he is super freaking low, but Ern will come in and I'll help him top off. It's been a bit of a rough game for him so far.
Yeah, part of that, again, I think is just like, Axe is not scary. Axe does not force the enemy carry to the jungle that early, at least not a fast enough pace compared to what the Timbersaw did, and so that tower is still just fine bottom.
Right.
And that means this whole area, like, look how many Radiant heroes are down here at 13 minutes. This does not happen very often.
No.
Typically, they're forced to playing the top half of the map, but instead, Naga-san gets to control the entire top half by herself. So you just, you're losing on the territory control.
And up top there was an Ice Blast, an attempted call into Seiyu, but just barely able to get out with that Hoodwink, as they did have the ward underneath and spotted Makoshka Kasten. As down bottom again, Shara not only staying in the bottom lane, but pressuring that tier 1 tower. Like, again, I guess the thing that's interesting about this is it feels like the game's going so well for Empire is Mira actually might just be dead. Oh, no, he's out of there. Okay. TP's coming in now. Axe able to find that call in advance score, and they do punish the over-aggression. Well played by Team Spirit. And I guess this is what I mean, is that even though it feels like it's going well for Empire, there's not that much of a gold lead at all for Empire. Or, yeah.
Yeah, it's more so just like where the gold is placed, I guess, right? And I mean, even now the Terrorblade is starting to catch up. Like the differential between the top core and the bottom core, it's not that high. It's only 1,000 gold between the Timbersaw and the Terrorblade who we faced. So we are gonna have to get some fights going here soon.
Call again off the mark. Ice Blast is going to connect onto Debrest Kid.
Blinking one.
Looking for the chase. Wants it real bad. Van Score not close enough to save. And instead, they're going to move in with Petashara. He might be able to clean up here again with that bushwhack. Connects the break the chase down. Has another round of Chakram, so they get the kill on a Depressed Kid. But this game, it's the Timber. It's making the moves. Top net worth in the game right now.
He's inevitable. He's coming, and there's nothing you can really do about it.
Yeah.
Positioning on the tower, just forcing things. And Yutaro running out of this meta very soon. And they want to punish that by going for this tower with Smiley Knight in tow. Fusel coming up fairly soon as well for Smiley Knight, considering the space he has to farm right now. And oh yeah, into the bushwhack, double net strats here.
Yeah, a little bit of a counterintuitive one there with the Timbersaw cutting down the tree, but you know, that's fine. Those thing happens.
All right. Regen Rune just going to be denied in Mira's face. This kid wants a BKB. He's getting a little tired of this tiny.
So I guess that I'm wondering, like, the way this game is going, do you feel like Team Spirit need to be getting kills to like sort of break up the game state? Because it slowly just feels like things are going into Empire's favor. How do they turn this around for Team Spirit?
Oh, Mira though, before that, might be in trouble. One last leap. God, this Mirana has been very annoying. He's played really well.
Oh, this is a big one if they could get this. I mean,
they know.
He knows too. He's literally just standing there taking it. Oh,
meanwhile,
Maposhka. Okay.
Blast off the axe call. So space we made one way or another. Yeah, I think one of the problems is that there's not a lot of incentive for Empire to move forward and take much more than what they already have because of the strong counter initiation that's here from Team Spirit. That's where the axe really flourishes, is when you're in vision, obviously. It can be pretty punishing when you have Ice Blast and Arrow that it's kind of a free kill.
Right.
So if you get too forward right now in Empire, you're going to die unless you're Collapse, as he's Petashara, as he's proving there on the Timber.
Right.
But then Collapse is just going to be looking for anyone else on his jumps to try and secure that kill. Thankfully, Dota does not have a cultural victory, no matter how much territory you take. So they will eventually need to fight on the side of Empire, and I feel like they're going to like grind this out to a couple really big items and then take their chances here. Oh, Smiling Knight got the Van Brace now with the Diffusal Blade almost done with this Manta. That is a really stacked Naga Siren.
God, he's so freaking farmed. Yeah, and we've seen a couple of times now.
Oh, look at this play. The root on the illusion.
Is it enough? Maposhka dropping. Oh, man, it collapses to jump in to save his life. All right, that is concerning if your Team Spirit.
That was cute.
Yeah. That was really cool. But we've been seeing a lot of these like Naga illusions coming in and taking over the Dire jungle as well, while she's like, farming out the triangle. Which has been pretty nifty. So we'll see. Depressed Kid also getting bullied back a little bit. But yeah, there you go. You see those Naga Siren illusions getting pushed out. Not real Terrorblade down bottom. It definitely feels like Empire are just happy sitting with the current state of the game until they can sort of slowly whittle down that mid-tier 1 tower. And Team Spirit just going to have to keep going for these pickoffs.
I like how Collapse just keeps calling the Naga illusions to use them to farm, though, in the camps.
Right.
Good. Yeah.
That's a nice way to do it.
Slightly annoying aspect of the Naga Siren is you do fall behind a little bit in XP compared to the Terrorblade. I feel like he's just like a little bit more in the face of the creeps as he's farming, He's like a little bit more XP driven thanks to that. And Naga Siren's illusions are like the ones on the wave where she's just in the jungle the whole time.
Right.
Part of that is also the fact that Smiling Knight is pushing out the dangerous part of the map, right? So his hero can't be there, whereas Yutaro is getting the safer part for the most of this game.
Yeah.
That's Tokyo, Invis Rune. Do they have any detection?
Doesn't look like it.
Oh, he did. Oh,
BKB.
Wow.
Damn, dude. Now the call, though. Collapse, hanging out nearby. Say you. Throws out a couple punches and then the back away. Depressed Kid does not care. He knew he was coming.
But wasn't he like crazy slow in that BKB, though? Like, I mean,
yeah,
compared to a Blink toss?
Yeah, definitely.
I wonder why he didn't. Did he intentionally not toss him?
Back towards mid. Oh, also up top, they're battling. Yutaro gets pulled back in, but they should be able to escape. Mira was also taking some damage. They're playing aggressive on multiple of these lanes, and Vanscore will get found as Petashara tries to find Mira and get that kill. Will be able to find it along with the tier 1 tower taken. Meanwhile, Maposhka dies on the other side. Depressed Kid finds the pickoff. Can they kill off Petashara? He just jumps away, still hanging on to that Heaven's Halberd.
And he has been so good for this team.
Yeah.
So much space in this game. And, I mean, I saw that the tweets last night. Petashara!
Right.
Everyone in the scene is really pumping up this guy right now. Deservedly so.
Ooh. Aggressive song, maybe? No, not going to go for it. I mean, with this Diffusal Blade done, Smiling Knight's online. He's ready to go. Empire, I mean, they're looking quite strong as he tries to chase down Toronto Tokyo. Gets the Chakram on him as well. But the toss away, and that might end the aggression.
For the first time, they've kind of left the top area of the map.
Yeah.
Handing it back over to Team Spirit. They got a little bit of play in there just early with Yutaro, but now the Naga Siren navigating more of the bottom half here. Not sure if that speaks to an extra push down here, or maybe just a rotation from Smiling. They feel like that top area wasn't quite safe enough anymore, but it's going to lead to a smoke here from Team Spirit. I want to see who they can catch down, knowing that they're all in this part of the map.
Wow. Taro will show on the top lane, which might oh, they see the Moonlight Shadow. That might have revealed it, actually.
Ooh.
Yeah.
They're all smoked, aren't they?
The Terrorblade was up top, and he went into the lane briefly, and then they pinged him. So, yeah, they realize right now the smoke's coming. Oh, a little unfortunate there. Those little plays can make all the difference in the world of whether it hits or not.
That's honestly fine. They still roam on in here. They get vision down, some aggressive wards, and they're going to steal the Ancients. Yeah, you don't get a kill, but it's still a very valuable smoke. And they already had one good ward that just expired where they're smoking now, actually. So,
okay.
And they are going to go for that counter smoke, though, right after.
Yeah. Empire realizing that there could have been a ward placed. They smoke outside of that triangle, and now Shara the one that's pressuring this mid tower a little bit. It feels like Team Spirit recognized that there could be something coming. Illusion goes out. It's not real, obviously, and so the smoke doesn't break, but collapse. Mira, good blink away, as well as that leap. Toronto Tokyo off to the side. And Van Scourge trying to make sure that they don't jump onto Press Kid for the blow up. And they're going to be able to get out. So again, nothing gained with that smoke except for a little bit of map control.
We can't get a team fight. It's only pickoffs this game.
Right.
No big brawls. Toronto Tokyo thinking about initiating here on Petushara.
Looking for it. Ooh, good bushwhack. Afterwards, they jump on Oracle. Able to catch him. The Press Kid, they back away. Still fine for the moment. He pops that BKB, the turn, the blow up on Toronto Tokyo. This is looking pretty good right now for Team Empire as they chase down one by one. And another kill. That was meta used. Oh my god, they're looking for more. No,
I love how long the Press Kid held that BKB. That was pretty sick.
Yeah.
It's like, even though the toss combo came out, he's like, oh, it's not mainly focused on me. I'm okay. I'll go down to half HP. And then that kind of draws in a few more heroes from Team Spirit looking for the potential turnaround, and you end up losing your heroes, and now your tower in the mid lane. So massive tower advantage right now for Empire. Let me just count how many Team Spirit have taken here. Oh, it's 0.
Right?
They've taken 0 towers. Oh, I say that there's literally an 11 HP tower top. Nice.
Well,
Still
it's not taken. Not taken.
No. That's...
Dude, Empire look really good. This has just been like super solid, clear play. Like they're understanding when they're strong, they're pressuring when they need to. Everything about this has been like absolutely superb.
Now, mind you, we have seen a few comebacks, and we've definitely seen some Toronto Tokyo leadership into said comeback. So perhaps it's not over quite yet. But what's our big deficit here? It's mostly a net worth of Mapochka. He is currently at 2,600. That accounts for 1,200 right there between him and the next highest support. So there's a little bit there. The rest of it just kind of spread out. 4 or 5K doesn't really matter. It's still a fairly even match. What about XP? That's always a better indicator. And it's about a 5K XP lead for Empire too, though.
Right.
Feeling good.
They did take their first tower on Team Spirit down bottom. Simultaneously, though, that was the outpost and both tier 2 towers taken in top and mid. And they've got some really good wards down.
Yeah, well, like this is
huge.
It's 24 minutes in the game, so they don't care about that bomb tower anymore. Now they just want to play and live up here, ward it all, and get the first Roche for themselves. Wow, a lot of pressure on this play.
Say he's just hanging out to the side. Look at him. He's so aware of what could happen, and then the Naga Siren illusions just push out the wave.
Meanwhile, Petushara is like,
right?
Are there enemies down here?
I don't care at all.
Shall we meet again? Shall we dance?
Dude, they're just like, no, there's no way we go on that guy. I mean, it makes
draw
sense.
A line.
Yeah. So there is going to be another timing here. Obviously, we've talked a lot about Axe and him taking a while to come online with this Mantis Shard build. How good do you think it is this game, since he's getting close to it?
28% chance of victory.
Okay, got it.
Thanks. Yeah. It's kind of the same as what I always feel. I just feel like it's very risky. It obviously works sometimes where you just get all these spins and the hero just dies, and that's great and all. And then other times it kind of feels like you can't get your play off. It just doesn't change that much about Axe's games in some sense, because typically you live or die by the call anyway. So this is just expanding on that factor a little bit. It does, however, let you get to some bigger items quite a bit faster, which is always nice, right? Because the Manta just increases your farm by a lot, and allows him to play a Naga Siren style of pushing out the more dangerous parts of the map. But as expected, they can't contest the Roche. The Ice Blast comes through a little bit too late, and they're going to hand that Aegis over to Depressed Kid, girl name.
Best kid, girl name. Perfect. Dude, Petashara, this guy just does not care. You got to know that there's going to be a ward over in this area every time they take it on that high ground over there. And a Moonlight Shadow. Okay. Is this going to be an attempted fight? Dude, there's running through it. Vanscore might get caught. Seiyu. Okay. But saved immediately by Oracle. And yeah, they're fine. Just backs away.
I like the play, though, them running through Petashara like that, trying to find people who are, like, using him as a vanguard and trying to, like, kind of cut through that front line. Unfortunately, not able to get anything when you have the Oracle there to back up Seiyu.
I can't believe that they picked, like, you know, this Mirana into the Oracle and, like, the Terrorblade into the Timbersaw. You can really tell that they, like, just believed in this draft for themselves and, like, weren't really tripping off of what Empire were doing, but they might need to if this continues in this fashion. As now down towards bottom as Mira's getting chased down. They're also going for a battle here. Mira almost dead, but it looks like Collapse is going to be the one that gets caught and killed after Maposhka goes down as well. Just, they're getting killed all around the map.
Yeah, they really are. At least they are keeping Yatoro farming. That is one thing, right? He continues to stay relatively close to the Naga Siren. Something that they're going to need in this game is he's going for the big damage now after the Scotty into the Chrysalis and eventually the Daedalus here. Perhaps even prior to a BKB. Not needing the BKB right now because they don't really want to fight into this Aegis of the Lina. So a little bit longer to perhaps farm his way into some damage.
And this is the
there we go.
Yeah.
That's big. BKB on Toronto Tokyo. They do not have a lot to deal with that.
It's true. I mean, Naga is starting to deal some pretty serious damage. I wonder if she goes Aghanims at some point. Probably much later. I guess Butterfly's going to be just, like, way better.
Yeah, we saw in our last game. She just eventually got the...
Big
but she has a heart right now.
Ooh.
Song, though, remember.
Just, they can't do anything. I mean... Oracle wasn't even there. He has a Blink Dagger now, so Vanscore is going to be able to save Smiling Light most of the time. Tough stuff for Team Spirit.
All right, so they have a plan now, though, because they have the Manta on the Axe. So they're going to send Manta Illusions to the Axe as well through the mid lane and the top lane. They want to push that out so they can get some pressure into the bottom because they have these wards inside the jungle. So the goal is to force a fight down there so that you can actually get a big pick. And these wards, they ping it out. They spot the Naga Siren. I think it might be time to go for a smoke pretty soon. Try and get that big target.
It's definitely the play that they need to make, but it's a question of can they actually do it. And right now, they're going to drop a ward up there. Do manage to find a D ward. They don't find the other one up on the north side of their own jungle. And that could prove to be a little bit fatal for them. As Empire, like,
nice
all right,
one.
let's go. Let's battle. Smiling Knight trying to pretend to be an illusion, but that's the real one. And Mira in some trouble, just gets blown up in the duration of a net. Yeah, that's tough, man. That is tough.
Guess we're seeing why they slammed down this pick, huh? Ooh,
right.
The invis. Wait, how did that not hit?
LSA. Caught. Toronto Tokyo tries to pull up Seiyu, but the Fate's Edict is there as the answer. LSA comes through round 2. Laguna Blade, everything just blown up in an instant. Yatoro, no hope at all. And the tip comes out from Petashara afterwards. They take top tier 1 tower, but they are ready to keep this pressure on. Empire looking good in game number 1.
Yeah, still a minute left on this Aegis, and they've just taken so many objectives, not much left to do.
Right?
They could grab bottom if they wanted, but really high ground's your only choice here. And with 30 more seconds of no Terrorblade, that's what they want to aim for. Still a BKB on Toronto Tokyo, but hey, that's going to delay his initiation for another 13 seconds, so keep hitting towers.
Ready to go.
Oh, that was good timing.
Well played, but Vanscore there immediately afterwards. Fate's Edict will keep Smiling Knight from taking that much more damage. Depressed Kid keeps the pressure on that tower. Like you said, 30 more seconds left on this Aegis, and they walk up.
They just need the vision. You can see him putting the acorn down just to try to see the towers as Smiling Knight eventually does himself. There's a blink out.
Oh, Vanscore will go down. Okay, they have a way to kill this now. The call, the ulti afterwards, the Ice Blast coming through. Is it enough for the kill? They will. get the finish onto Smiling Knight. Petushara has to back out now. So they find the perfect initiation.
Why are you buying Blink and then standing there? Van score, come on. Focus up, man.
I feel like we've been seeing a lot of Oracles getting caught out recently.
We really are. I mean, to be fair, they had pretty good vision in the area. I think he, you know, maybe even if he was a little bit further back, that ward in the high ground would have caught him. But still seems like, you know, that's like the one way you die is Toronto Tokyo jumping you.
Well, in spite of that, it's still a 6,000 gold lead. Team Spirit can push out these lanes, get a little bit of extra space for themselves. But it doesn't feel like it changes the dynamic of the game terribly. I mean, Terrorblade actually is staying pretty farmed up there with Naga, to be fair.
So's Lena, though.
Yeah.
Which is impressive. Sometimes a Naga Siren, even in a winning situation, tends to absorb a lot of the farm on the map, and it can be hard for the other cores to keep up. But Petushara, through the bold places he's been farming this entire game, some even more dangerously than Naga Siren Illusions somehow, he's very relevant on the chart.
Right.
I mean, he's staying ahead of a Manta Axe. You think about how fast you've seen this hero accelerate once they get the Manta style. Yeah, it's crazy.
Well, Empire again. Depressed kid, just ready to be aggro. I love how this guy plays. He's like, he's so ready and down to do whatever.
Yulzum, he pump fakes the LSA, knows he's gonna leap, and then he almost did it again.
Yeah. It's just no fear at all. He hasn't been broken yet by the international community that happens oftentimes, I feel like.
You can't read the English Twitter, so he's not in there. Maybe he's not getting it translated or something.
There you go.
Yeah, that's the strat. Stay away.
Exactly. Keep that confidence. Keep it going.
Of course, I've heard the other regions are just as bad, if not worse, because that's how we all are. Competition.
Yeah.
We love to flame our favorites.
It's true. We all do. Big catch there. Tries to keep him alive. False promises himself to back away. Smiling Knight goes for the song. But it's BKB on Toronto Tokyo. Blink away. Can they chase this down? This actually could be really good. If they can find Smiling Knight now. Doesn't have song. Where's the rest of the team? Nobody's nearby. The chase is there. Call not quite going to be on the mark. Needs to survive this one. All the damage in the world. Smiling Knight goes down again. No buyback for 70 seconds. Suddenly, Team Spirit have this great opening to pressure towers. Looking for more. The taunt back onto the Ancient Dragon. What? The taunt afterwards. The chase. Petushara is dead. And Team Spirit pulls something out of nothing.
What a way for your first death to happen. That was godlike from Toronto Tokyo. The awareness of the situation to make that happen.
Dude.
20 seconds. I mean, meta is getting lower, so this might not result in a massive take here, and they kind of want to play it safe by the looks of it.
And this is something that we've kind of seen from some of these teams, right? Like Empire, they were in a one position. The game was it plays itself, but then you start sort of slowing down a little bit, and Team Spirit, they know how to take advantage of that. This is a team that's going to punish you. You have to be able to close this out cleanly if you want to go to TI.
Oh, chaotic Dota. Starting to run through. I can't believe they've now taken back the net worth lead here. That is ridiculous where this Terrorblade now sits. So, all right, well done. The Axe making the plays here as well with the calls. I mean, the Axe and the Tiny, they have these two massive initiators with all this backup to be there. Plus, the combination of being sleuths with the Moonlight Shadow is certainly helping. And that's going to lead us into a game-deciding second Roche. Would you have it any other way, ladies and gentlemen? You've been watching it for months. It's not changing.
This is how it keeps going. Well, until, who knows, when the balance patch comes out. Some thoughts about that happening, potentially.
That ward that they left behind, too.
Yeah.
Giving them lots of good info. Saw some couriers. I saw a courier with a smoke going in there, by the way. Now the Radiant scan them, though. Oh, can I get a ward on this high ground? Does anyone have a ward? Coming. No? Is it? Wards? No wards. They have a sentry? They have a gem on AA.
Dude, buybacks are few and far between right now. They know that there could be a ward up here on the high ground. They're going to maybe try and check
collapse,
that.
Dude. Look how clumped they are.
Yeah, this is scary. This is really scary. Song of the Siren is back up. So jump forward. Toronto Tokyo found her press kid. The save is there immediately afterwards. The big call afterwards. Empire getting torn apart, but Song of the Siren comes out. BKB's still keeping them strong and survivable. Smiling Knight gonna TP out. Does he get away? Yes! The call comes too late afterwards, obviously, as the song finishes. And Empire get away with only a Vanscore death. Dude, oh man, are they gonna get Roche off of this? There's no song now.
Yeah. They're getting Roche.
Empire.
I'm actually surprised he's not metaing. He's just confident enough in the damage that they've got already. But with the AC, yeah, not going to be necessary. That was a sick call from Collapse. Him and Oxide and the Timber, there was no second chance in that fight for Empire. They had to bail out.
They're running in with this illusion. Can he get any denies on it? Doesn't look like it. Jump forward, intercepting on the other side. They found the Naga again. Trent, Smiling Knight, he's trying to walk away. Can they keep him alive? The rest of them aren't there, but Depressed Kid, he blows up Mira. Collapse. Oh,
nice
the Thunder from Yatoro. Saving his buddy's life, but the Laguna Blade, they take him down once. He meta'd. Oh no, is this gonna work in the favor of Empire now? They've got him caught off to the side. Toronto Tokyo falling. Depressed Kid gets the Laguna Blade immediately after it. Yatoro using that Thunder.
Burning them down.
The chase is there, but they find the kill with Collapse. All the spins are coming out. Smiling Knight, can he break them down? No. It will be an escape from everybody except for Toronto Tokyo. As Mira, not quite gonna catch him. Dude, what a wild series of events that was. What did they end with now? Cheese and the Shard. But Cheese is still on Axe, okay.
Oh, there it is. Yeah, okay, I couldn't find it myself. All right, let's get in the backpack. Oh, okay, so they just took like 3,000 XP lead there. Well, you know, gained out of that fight and about 1,500 gold for Empire in the wash. But in the end, you know, the best thing is they just got rid of that Aegis, of course.
Right.
It's going to try and hold their high ground, and I can't believe they just got away with the Moonlight Shadow. I guess AA got it with the gem, yeah. So, oh, that's Vanscore's gem even. Ooh, yeah, that hurts.
Very frustrating. I mean, we're almost at that BKB, or rather the BKB piercing net on Smiling Knight with the Aghanims.
Yes.
It's coming out right now. Just finished and gets a DD as well. So that, you know, if he had that in the last fight, that's suddenly, you know, a couple of kills on those cores. Also lowering that cooldown by 6 seconds. That's wild.
And that was only the first BKB usage from Yatoro, so now his BKB already feels kind of sad versus this Naga Siren. Ward down right now, spawning Smiling Knight moving through here. They could try and go for something a bit risky.
Dude, this vision.
Collapses in the tree line.
Looking for him.
Up. Oh,
they find Mira.
It looks
thinking.
good. Collapse getting spotted by Sayu. Now they know he's running up here.
Where do they find him?
They could song for this. Oh, they're not going to, though.
Ooh. They swatted him. Oh, my God.
Yeah, it's going to fly across.
It's going to get him. Hadouken.
Oh, can you get 2 heroes, though? 2 heroes? Ah, nice. Got some,
Did he steal a last hit? He stole a last hit.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Legendary.
Vanscore. And they
That's only his 13th last hit of the entire game.
Amazing. Both teams get themselves a leveler. Naga Siren gonna keep hers.
Oh, good. So, all right, game ends next fight. Perfect.
Yeah, pretty
good
much.
To know.
That's what it feels like right now. Did the Axe take the other one, or is it Terrorblade? Actually, nobody has that right now. Doesn't look like anybody's taking it.
Oh, he's got Ninja Gear. Yeah. I really like the Ninja Gear. In combination with the Moonlight Shadow, it's really busted.
Somebody should definitely at least be holding the leveler, but...
It's fine.
Okay.
Terrorblade, I mean, the Illusionist Cape probably does more damage in the end, you know?
True. Yeah, you're not wrong.
Everything, so...
Well, it's a 5,000 gold lead now for Team Spirit as the smoke up will come through. No vision in the area at all, but they do break. They do break.
Give me a heart attack, man.
I know.
They're like standing on top of each other right now. Like Vanscore's, get back, dude. Why are you blinking?
He's crazy. Toronto Tokyo gets lifted though. The pullback afterwards. There's the BKB as well as the meta. Trying to keep the rest of them away, but they kill the press kit. Has buyback. Smiling Knight trying to get out of there, and Pedushara also in trouble. He's gone. 80 seconds, no buyback. Oh man, those fights. I mean, even though they, had the vision taken away right at the start of it. Oh wait, no, they didn't. They didn't deward. So yeah, Team Spirit had that whole vision the entire time. Dude.
That's why Vanscore, I think, blinked forward, but he put an obs down from all I saw. I didn't see him put a sentry in time. Either way, Bad stuff here as Yutaro will be going high ground. You're going to have to buy back.
Yeah, really much so. I mean, they don't have buyback on the Timber Saw, throwing out the Boomerang now, but Team Spirit's so good in these late game situations. It all swung back around at around that 30-minute mark. This is what we've seen time and time again.
Look how safe they're playing. They don't even take the melee.
They're crazy, but they know what they want. They want that buyback, and they're not giving it to them. Empire are holding the buyback on Depressed Kid this entire time. So this is 2 lanes of racks down, and to be honest, I mean, I don't know, are they gonna go for a third? Do you really buy back at this point if you didn't buy back for the other ones? I don't think so.
No, you can't buy back now. I guess they would rather have the full fight together.
Right.
God, this Swift Blink is just terrifying.
Yeah. Along with the Demon Zeal from the Shard. Well, 15,000 gold lead now as we are 41 minutes into this game. And again, like, this is what we've seen time and again from Team Spirit, is that they sometimes fall behind a little bit in the early game, but then around this 30-minute mark, something happens.
Kid, dude, he's on a ward. That ward.
Oh my god.
Been there for so long.
Yule Scepter lift up. Arrow there. He tanks it. Dude, doesn't pop the BKB. Knows his team is right there behind him. The chase, looking for Mira, burns her down to death. Depressed Kid.
I'm dead.
Giving some encouragement to the rest of his team there.
It's just such a crazy part about these kind of wards in Dota, though, is that, like, it's very unlikely someone's going to deward that. That's why gems become so valuable in the mid and the late game, right? Like, it's not on a pillar. It's kind of in a random spot. It doesn't give necessarily the best vision. It's a good laning ward, but it's not really a typical, like, mid-game ward.
Right.
And it's lived its entire life. It's set up for, like, 3 fights now already for Team Spirit. And unfortunately, got them a little bit too aggressive on that one. But you'll take a kill on your Mirana for a chance at ending the game.
Well, it is proven to be a very, very close one here. And Empire certainly not out of it by any stretch of the imagination, but I don't know, they need an answer for this BKB meta Terrorblade. And maybe the answer is just run away, but they haven't been able to do it yet.
Part of the problem is they just don't really have the damage compared to Team Spirit, right? You see it now with the AA blast and everything. They can just blow someone up
right
instantly. They have more of this, like, damage over time situation with, like, the Naga, and if someone's isolated, sure, she can, like, put them in the blender, but there's a lot of AoE stuff coming out here to nuke through those illusions, and part of that is definitely the Axe of the Manta. It is helping out.
Yeah. He's done a ton in this game. They will have buyback back up again in a second for the Lina, who bought a portion of that Satanic. Depressed Kid trying to survive through it. The scan will connect. It was on some illusions, though, that were heading back the other direction. And this is the other thing. It's just trying to regain some map control. But the vision has definitely been what's getting Team Spirit these Ws over the last couple fights.
Oh, deny that Arcane Rune. Yeah.
Well
Getting
played.
Toro.
Nicely done.
Man, he is massive.
Yes.
I mean, they both are, I guess.
Yeah.
Airblade just feels a little bit more obnoxious as Smiling Knight also hoping for the Swift Blink for his own potential initiation plays here. Level 23 versus the level 24, so 25 coming out soon-ish for Toronto Tokyo. Tough choice in this one. I mean, I'm always a fan of the Sunder because I just think it makes it really hard to play versus this hero, but I can also appreciate the attack range playing versus these Empire heroes.
Jump forward, finds one right at the start, can't get the save in time. Vanscore wasn't there, buys back immediately afterwards, now trying to chase. What? The call from Collapse! Oh my god, he caught them both! The save is there for Depressed Kid. Seiyu actually somehow manages to find the escape. So Depressed Kid might live through this with the
Collapse.
Satanic. It could be enough, he lives through it. Taro still chasing though, and they can't get him alive. The BKB is just too devastating. So he dies, no buyback, and meanwhile on the other side, Petashar is just gonna fall again.
They still
Tries
have
to get
Song.
out of there, just barely able to escape. For the moment, Collapse still trying to chase, but the dunk is there. They take him down. Dead for 2 minutes, no Lina, no Timber Saw. Off the back of this, Team Spirit might have done it in game number 1. So the chase is there. And the lift up onto Smiling Knight. There isn't a false promise here. The chase down comes through, and it's enough for the kill. Almost no. Okay, lives. Living.
He jumped Seiyu instead. He collapsed, went right into the tree line, and unfortunately, despite being axed, can't cut his way out, so he has to wait for the blink.
And that's like that.
That's game.
Unbelievable. Great presence of mind by Team Spirit to just hold out until that last second as they go in again, find the call onto Smiling Knight, and just blend him up. The dunk comes through again, and that should just about do it. As they turn their sights onto the Ancient, Team Spirit will take game number 1.
Oh, man. They had such a good start to that game, too. Miss. I don't know about the miss. That's all they're all chatting right now.
Are they?
They did. They just said miss.
Okay, sounds good.
Maybe he threw it a spell and I just didn't see. What went wrong for Empire in this one? I mean, obviously controlling the map for the large portion of it, starting to get that big lead going, and part of it, I guess, is that eventually the Timber Star does fall off. Like, Petashar was a huge part of everything they were able to gain throughout the game, but it got to the point where there was just so much stack damage and much easier from Oposhka to make the connections with the Ice Blast. As his own heroes get stronger, he can obviously play a little bit more forward in the matchup, and I feel like Petashar just got blasted down over and over again, and Vanscore not able to get in there for the saves. Also, partially because he probably wants to keep those saves for Depressed Kid and Smiling Knight.
Right. Well, and I just think back again to that push down the mid lane with like a minute left on Aegis or whatever it was. And then, Vanscore getting caught by the Toronto Tokyo Tiny. And then afterwards, they were able to turn that into a kill onto Smiling Knight. And from that point forward, it just was like these little things here and there. It felt like some sort of that moment where it's like, okay, everything's fine. We just need to play for second Roche or whatever, right? And then it's like, you just find a couple more pickoffs after that off the back of, like, you talk about the vision. So
it also comes down to like how many fights you need to win with Team Spirit's lineup versus how many you need to win with the side of Empire. And you did not need to win as many fights when you have the Terror Blade like that, because at that point the objectives are just melting. Early game, couldn't get a tower. Late game, yeah, well, we're going to get a couple towers with Terror Blade able to show up like that. So extremely well played from Team Spirit. Yes, they are the favorites coming into this one, but Empire is showing that there's a good chance they can take a couple games or perhaps even this series if they can keep it together.
True enough. Got to keep it together, and we're going to head on back to the panel. Let them, which includes us, break down all the action. We'll see you then.